sleep very good for the first night, but it was worth it. Let me show you.
Good morning, everybody. I am sitting in a hole. We've got a long drop, a latrine, an outhouse that we are digging, and that's going to be our toilet until we can sort out a long-term septic solution or sewer solution. We're looking at a few different eco-friendly. We want to be as low wastage and environmentally friendly as we can on this site. So looking at a few different options, but as we were digging this out, we had a TLB, those of you in the United States, you may know it as a backhoe, out here to dig this for us, but they ran into an issue. As you can see, that is stone. And so we've got a pretty good stone layer here that's the TLB couldn't even break through. It's a lot of this little granity looking shale type stone. So we're out here now to use our jackhammer. We didn't have the money to buy, but we got to have a toilet. So we made a plan and got a little electric jackhammer that'll work off of our generator, and we're going to start breaking through this, and prayerfully we can break through pretty well into these stones, and then maybe even get the TLB out here. Right now this hole is about 3 feet deep, but we need it to go about 6.5 for what we want to do. We want to actually do a vermicomposting toilet system here, so that when it does eventually fill up in 10 years or 15 years or however long it takes, that it's actually good compost and not any of those bad things. So using the worms and vermiculture to break down into compost all of the deposits that get put here, and to begin composting that system and breaking it down into useful nitrogen and nitrates and different things like that without overloading the soil and the structure around us. And so we'll put a few trees around here, non-fruit bearing trees, and so they can also be wicking up some of that nutrients and keeping the balance right in the soil below us. So that's where we're at right now. So this morning we started taking some of these big rocks out, and going to use them as a walking path or around the flower beds and things like that. Like we said, we want to reuse as much of the things that we take out as possible. We even found a rock that looks like a fish, so that's going to be an interesting addition to a walking path. But just to some of you people that know about stone, this is what we're running into, and it is just solid stones. Some of this limestone looking stuff, like that yellow stone there in the middle, that breaks out pretty easy. But these big pieces, you see some of these are quite, I mean, that's as wide as my hand. And so breaking those out was a definite exercise in patience and letting the jackhammer cool down and everything to break through it. So this is the hole. Just to kind of give you an idea of the size, we decided the safest place to put the tools tonight was just in the hole, and we'll get to them tomorrow. But that's about the size of it, and you can see all that exposed rock on the side there. That's how far we got today, and you can see the layers there, how it broke out. That floor that you see is solid granite. That's what blunted the jackhammer this afternoon, and we haven't found a fault in it yet that we can capitalize on and start breaking through. So that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow, is sweeping it out a little bit more and then hitting it with the jackhammer and trying to find some of those cracks and faults in it. Concentrate on those areas and try to break it up and get it out of there. If we can get another foot down tomorrow, I would be real happy with that. This isn't ideal for the vermicasting that I was wanting to do. I was wanting some of the nutrients to work down and out and to the tree root systems and things, but we're still going to make it through. I'm just going to walk over here and just show you something that was really interesting to me. As you look around, all this gray is all stone that we took out today. All this is what we broke out today, plus the 5 or 6 wheelbarrows of stone we took out that I showed you, the breakouts of the stone and things. All of this was taken out today. That dirt there, that was taken out by the backhoe, the rubber tire, the TLB. This was something that was interesting to me as we were going through some of the layers. We actually thought it was a snake, but this is a tree root. And so when I talk about the vermicasting and how that's going to benefit some of these systems, this tree root is completely flat. Let me focus there. And so it was actually in between, sandwiched in between some of these stone layers. And that tree root came out from up there in that corner. So it probably comes from that bush that's almost hidden now by the amount of dirt that we've taken out. It's just amazing to me how resilient these tree roots are, that in such hard stone, these tree roots still find a way to get through and to make it to a place to find water. I'd say by the size of this is likely a tap root. And so it's the root that the tree sends down to anchor itself and also to get some water. And so it was well anchored, that's for sure. And so it helps us to understand why we had so much trouble getting some of these trees out that we were pulling out, when you can see that they had a taproot that's probably, I'd say it's 10 feet away, and it was probably 4 feet deep and completely sandwiched in between these layers of solid stone. So just an amazing thing, an amazing way of even seeing how God designs things to interact and to work together, and how the stone anchored the tree, and how the tree used the stone to give it that security. And so it's just an amazing way that God designs things, and every time we're out in God's creation, we get to see a little bit more of just how He does things. It's such an amazing thing, an amazing blessing that God gives us. If you're not getting out in the outdoors, you're missing out on how God reveals Himself through His creation and through nature. It's like a frog looking thing, but it doesn't hop. So this is our shower set up for out here while we're camping. We've got this Megan just stepped on a thorn. Call it a camp shower, 5 gallon. The bag is a thick poly bag, and so it's able to hold quite a bit of pressure there with its handle. We just got it hanging off of one of the tree limbs we cut back, and to be able to hang it and give us enough pressure to use it. And what's neat about this is because it's black, we filled it this morning and then we just laid it out on the ground, and the sun heated it up to where when Megan took her shower this afternoon, she actually asked me, or said tomorrow we need to add some cold water. It was so hot. It's well over 100 degrees. It says it'll get to 50 degrees Celsius. So I would say, I don't know how close to that it got, but I'd say it was over 105, 110 degree water. So definitely hot enough to take a good shower. And so it's pretty neat. And so then I filled it up again, and you can see the water level here on the back end is clear. So I didn't quite use half of it when I took my shower, and mine was much cooler, but was much more refreshing after the long hard day. And so then we've got just this little pop-up tent thing, and Megan took some of those rocks that you saw over there, and she made us a little, open this up, she made us a little shower floor with some of these rocks, so we had something we could stand on and the water could go down into the soil. And so we've got this thing staked down and then put rocks on top of the stakes because it's pretty windy tonight. And so it just worked out pretty handy that we can close this thing up, and we just leave it about like that. Put the shower nozzle through there like so, and can take a nice hot shower out here in the middle of nowhere, and not really have to worry about anything. Still have some privacy. That's how we took a shower, and so we're cleaned up and refreshed and ready to go. We're living the high life out here.
Oh yes, the blood of Jesus, the blood of Jesus that was shed for you and me shall never lose its power. Oh yes, the blood of Jesus, the blood of Jesus that shed for you and me shall never lose its power.
Well guys, it's the end of day 2. We have finished out all we can do on digging this toilet, and we've made a bit of a different plan now due to some of the things we were encountering here. We've made a different plan. I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to talk with you, seeing what's going on here so I can explain what we're doing. Let me turn this around quickly. So here's the walls, everything we were digging out. You can see, and it was just so much stone. We got to these parts where it would even just make a sheer cut, and you can see that's just solid. It was so hard to work through this. And so we got to a point on this north side where we couldn't break through anymore. And as you can see on that cutout there at the bottom, you can see it was just one solid slab there. And so we weren't able to break through and find different layers and things that would have made it to where we could dig. And so as I was praying about it this morning and what we could do and how we would get through there, the Lord just brought it to me that this is actually far bigger than what we would really need, even for a double toilet. And so we're actually going to turn this side here into a shower. So I'm going to try to do it from up here. So if you can visualize, that'll be the length of the shower. So what we'll do is this will be a wall along that sheer edge. That'll be a wall, a foundation wall, and then there'll be a door here on this side, and then there'll be a shower in here, so that when we've got people over, if it's just one of those days that we need some extra capacity, we'll be able to have 2 showers. Though it may not have running water or hot water at the moment, we've got some ideas, some plans on that. We've been talking to a builder about what's called a rocket heater. We call it here in South Africa a donkey. It's just a wood-fired water heater, and so because of the line, we could probably put that in and have an actual hot shower using the water that we'll be able to pump in over here to have a hot shower. And so that section there will be a shower, and then this larger square here will be the 2 toilets. So yeah, the hole's dug. This is as far as we can go. We couldn't go any further. So this is it. This is where it's going to be. And tomorrow they'll start delivering the bricks and the lintels to start building the foundation slab and everything like that. And then probably early next month we'll start putting the bricks up and the doors and have a functioning toilet in February, just before the house and everything gets built. So keep praying. It's coming along.
Never give up. Iti bombelela, 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 oh bamba, 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 yeah, bamba, bambelela. Ungasabe lutho bambelela, bambelela, esenzuku sonke namaxesha wonke, awubamba bamba 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 bamba, yeah bambelela. Ungasabe lutho bambelela, 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 bambelela. Bamba, 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 bamba.